Alright guys, this is the review for test 4. Um, this is on parallel and perpendicular lines. Okay, so let's go through each of these. Okay, number 1, we just want the slope of this. Remember, if you already have something graphed, just use rise over run. So I'm looking at this here. I can figure out my points. This is -9, 3, and this one over here is -5, -4. So, but don't bother trying to count all those little squares if, like this copy, it didn't come out very good. Just utilize your points. Look at your y's. First of all, you need to get from this point to this point over here, so I'm going to have to go down. How much are you going down? You're going down 3, and then another 4. So you're going down 7 total because you're going down. This is going to be -7. And then this is going to be divided by how much are you going to the right. Look at your x's here. You're going over 9, and then you're going over another 5. You're going over 14. -7 over 14 reduces to a -1/2. Okay, number 2, the same thing. We just want the slope. Use rise over run. It's already graphed. Here, this is the point -5, -7. This point over here is 6, 2. But like I said, don't bother counting all the squares. Going from this point to this point, I'm going to have to go up. How much am I going up? I'm going up, look at your y value. I'm going up 7, and then I'm going up another 2. So in total, I'm going up 9. And then I'm going to go to the right. Look at your x's. This is 5, so I'm going over 5, and then another 6. That's a total of 11. So I'm going up 9, right 11. So the slope is 9 over 11. Okay, number 3, we just need to find the graph of y equals 3/5 x plus 27. So we're going to do that just by looking at our slope and our y-intercept. Here my slope is 3/5. So that means that I'm going to be going 3 up and 5 to the left. And my y here is 2. That almost looks like 27, but this is actually 2. That's a question mark. 2 question mark. The equation is y equals 3/5 x plus 2 question mark. Okay, anyway, so plus 2. So my y-intercept is 2. So I know that that's where it's going to hit the y-axis. So first of all, looking at all of these, let's see what hits here at positive 2. It hits the y-axis at 2 on A, and B, and D. C actually hits at -2. So that one's out. That's why that's the X is there. And then this is a positive slope, and positive slopes go up left to right, so that's why A is out. The only ones that go up left to right are B and D. Okay, so it's between these two. And the answer is going to be D because, looking at your slope, I should be going up 3 and to the right 5 from point to point. And this is the other one that goes up 3 and right 5. This one goes up 5 and right 3. That's not the same thing. So that one's out. This one is D. Okay, number 4. What is the graph of 4x plus 3y equals 12? First of all, I need to put this in slope-intercept form, meaning I got to solve this for y. So I did this over here off to the side. So first of all, if I want to get y by itself, let's get rid of the x. Subtract 4x on both sides. It gives you 3y equals -4x plus 12. And then you just want y. Divide each term by 3. And if we do that, we're going to arrive at y equals -4/3 x plus 4. So I know that I'm looking for a slope of -4 over 3. Meaning that from point to point, my map is telling me that I'm going 4 down and 3 to the right. My starting point, my beginning point, is 4. So, looking at these choices here, I'm looking for where this hits the y-axis at 4. And A does not hit the y-axis at 4, so that's out. B does. D does not, so that one's out. So it's between B and C. Since both of these hit the y-axis at 4, now I'm going to look at my I'm going to look at my slope. Okay, my slope here is -4 over 3, so I should be going 4 down and 3 to the right. Well, B does not go down, B goes up. So that's why this one's out. This one does. First of all, it's the last one, so it had to be that one. we can see here that you do go down 4 and you go to the right 3 from point to point. Okay, number 5, write an equation in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b of a line that goes through the point 7, 4, and it has this slope over here. These are the two pieces of information that you need to get any equation. You need a point and you need a slope. So from the point, what this is telling me is that I'm going to use the coordinates. That'll be x1 and y1, and here's my m. And now I just need the point slope formula. The point slope formula is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So now I have everything. Let's plug everything in and simplify. So this is going to be y minus the y1. Remember, your y1 is over here. Your y1 is 4. This is going to be equal to my slope, which is also 4 in this case. Comes from there, m equals 4, times x minus x1, which was 7. And I'm going to come over here because I don't have room. So y minus 4 equals 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 7 is negative 28. And now I just want y, so add 4 to both sides. Bring down the y equals 4x. Negative 28 plus 4 is a negative 24. There's my answer right there, which happened to be answer choice D. So number 6, we're doing the exact same thing. We're given our point, 6, negative 7, so that's your x1 and your y1. Your m here is 3, so let's plug everything in. Your y1 is going to come from over here, that's negative 7. Your m is 3, and your x1 is positive 6. So here I'm going to have y minus y1. Remember, y1 over here is negative 7 because you're subtracting a negative number. That's why this is just going to be a plus 7. And then this is going to be equal to, my m here is 3. This is going to be times x minus our x1 over here is 6. And in this case, we're going to stop here because this specifically asks for point slope form. This is in point slope form. So we are done right here. And this one ended up being answer choice D. Okay, number 7. What is the equation in slope-intercept form here? So we have to find our slope. So from point to point, what's going to happen? So here I'm going down 9, and then we're going to go to the right 2. You know you're going down 7 because here you have to go down 4. Look at the y. And then you have to go over another 5. So 4 and 5 make the 9. You went down. That's why it's negative. This is over. You just went to the right 2 places. 1 and then 1. That's 2. Your slope is negative 9 halves. Where does this hit the y-axis? This hit the y-axis here at 0. So your b is 0. So here just plug in the m, plug in the b. It's going to be negative 9 halves x plus 0. But if it's plus 0, that's like it's not there. You don't even need it. Okay. Number 8. Write an equation for a vertical line that contains the point 4, negative 1. Vertical lines are the form x equals something. So whatever that x is, there's your equation. So this is x equals 4. How does that make sense? Because it's just a straight up and down line that passes through the x-axis at 4. That's why this is x equals 4. Number 9, write the equation for a horizontal line. Horizontal line goes straight across and it contains the point negative 3, 6. If it's horizontal, it's going to be of the form y equals. So it'll be y equals whatever that y is. In this case, it's 6. So y equals 6. That's the whole equation right there. You don't have to graph it, but this is what it would look like. Y equals 6. It's a straight line that passes through the y-axis at 6. That's why it's y equals 6. Okay. Number 10, is the line through these 2 points parallel to a line with these 2 points? So you're going to have to find the slope for each pair of points. So for 9, 7, and 0, 1, the slope, just here's the shortcut, y minus y. So 7 minus 1 over x minus x, 9 minus 0. And 7 minus 1 is 6. 9 minus 0 is 9. 6 over 9 reduces to 2/3. So if these are parallel, this one should be 2/3. So when we do this over here, same deal. I wrote this s, that's over here, that point over here. So this will be y minus y, negative 5 minus negative 3, minus negative changes to a plus, over x minus x, negative 3 minus negative 2, so plus 2. This will be negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. When I divide those, I get positive 2. These are not the same. Okay, so are they parallel? No, they're not. The slopes are different. Number 11, what is the equation in point-slope form? So we're just looking at y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So for this tells you that this is parallel to this line, y equals negative 2x plus 5. You don't care about this line at all. All you want is the slope. The slope here is negative 2. Since it's parallel, that means that I'm also going to use this slope. So this will be my m, which will be right here, negative 2. And this point that they gave us, that's going to be my x1 and my y1. So I'm going to have y minus 9 equals this negative 2. This negative 2 from right there times x minus negative 3. Minus negative changes to a plus. And they wanted this in point slope form, so we're done right here. Okay, last page. The same deal. We want the equation in point slope form, so we just want the y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now here's the point that they gave us, 8, negative 1, so there's my x1 and my y1. But here they told us that this is perpendicular to negative 3x plus 13. You don't care about this equation, I'm just looking at that slope. The slope here is negative 3, and as a fraction that's like saying negative 3 over 1. I called this my perpendicular slope, so that's why I have that little upside down t right there. So this means that the slope that I'm going to use is going to be, first of all, this is negative, so mine's going to be positive. So mine's going to be positive. This is 3 over 1, so mine's going to be 1 over 3. And so now when it comes to the equation, I'm just saying y minus negative 1. Well, minus negative, that changes to a plus. This is my slope is 1/3. This is going to be x minus 8. Because they wanted it in point slope form, I'm done right here. Number 13 is multiple choice. Are the lines y equals negative x plus 5 and 3x plus 3y equals 15 perpendicular? Explain. So first of all, we need to find the slope of both of these. If these are perpendicular, that means their slopes would be opposite reciprocals of each other. So let's look at this right here. What number is being multiplied to x? So that would be a negative 1. You just see the negative, but there's only one x there, so that's just negative 1. So let's check this one out, see what this one is. So I'm going to have to solve this for y. So here, subtracted 3x divided by 3. This gets me down to y equals negative x plus 5. So these actually happen to be the exact same equation. This slope is also negative 1, but these are the same. So your justification is, first of all, no, they are not perpendicular. And it's not that they're, the reason being that if lines are perpendicular, then their slopes are opposite reciprocals of each other, which these are not. Remember, opposite reciprocals meaning the opposite signs, and you flip the fraction. Okay, number 14, write the equation of a line that contains negative 2, 10. So there's my x1 and my y1. And the line is parallel to 4x plus 6. So what is the slope here? Slope here is 4. Parallel lines has the same slope, so this is the m that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to plug this 4 in here for m. I'm going to plug 10 in for this y1. I'm going to plug in negative 2 here, and minus negative 2, that'll change to a plus. So after I plug everything in, remember my y1 was 10, so y minus 10 equals my m was 4, and this will be times x minus negative 2. Minus negative, that changes to a plus. Here they did not say what form to write it in, so we're going to find both of these. Right here, this is in point slope form. So this is point slope form, and if I just want slope intercept form, I just need to solve this for y. Distribute the 4 and then add 10 to both sides. So y minus 10 equals distributing this 4, that's 4x plus 8. Okay, so now let's add 10 to both sides. So now when I do that, I'm going to wind up with, let's cancel that 10 right there. Okay, so this is just going to be y equals for x. 8 plus 10 is 18. And we're done. Okay, and this was right here, this is slope-intercept form. So since they didn't specify, you do need to know how to do both of these. Right here, this would have been point-slope form. If you need to go from this to slope-intercept, you just have to solve for that y. Okay, number 15, write the equation of a line perpendicular to y equals negative 3/2 x plus 12, and contains this point right here, 3, negative 6. So there's my x1 and my y1. So here, this is the information to find my slope. They're not just straight out telling me what my slope is. The slope here is negative 3/2. So I call that my perpendicular slopes, m with this little upside down t. And that means that my slope that I'm going to use is going to be 2 over 3. So now I just got to plug all this in. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So now I'm going to say y minus negative 6, that's y plus 6 equals 2/3 times x minus 3. Right here, this is point-slope form. If you need to put this in slope-intercept form, we just need to solve for y, distribute the 2/3, and subtract the 6. Okay, the distributing the 2/3 times x is 2/3 x. 2/3 times a minus 3 is going to be a minus 2. Subtract 6 on both sides. So this ends up being y equals 2/3 x. After we subtract 6, this will be minus 8. So here's your equation in slope-intercept form. If they wanted it in point-slope form, we would have been done right there. Okay. Alright guys, so that was the review. I hope this helped y'all out, and make sure to upload it and so you can get your grade. Good luck on the test.